All of my dreamers tonight, all of my visionaries tonight, this is going to be an exciting night for you. I believe that God has deposited visionaries and dreamers in the world and in the earth so that his plan and his purpose can be fulfilled, and so that there can be an expansion of expectation. I believe expectation should not just be in one corner of the earth, in one sect of people or race or religion or gender, but when there is vision and when there is the ability to dream, that expectation expansion happens. People can believe beyond their certain circumstances, a certain circumstance. People can believe beyond generational issues, cultural confusion. They can believe beyond that. The reason why there was hope in the African American or just integration, if you would, of world society, it's because there was a man who had expectation, or a people, whether it was Dr. King, whether it was Rosa Parks, or whoever it was, there were individuals who believed and dreamed beyond culture's condition. Many of you dream beyond your family circumstance. That's why you may have a graduate for the first time, or an individual who finally has a successful marriage, or an individual who is the first business owner or the first entrepreneur or millionaire. And I'm not trying to make this a superficial Monday with Maze, but I think when it comes down to being a visionary or a dreamer, spiritual and material substance comes into play, because I do believe that from a spiritual perspective, you have to see yourself better. You have to see yourself in a way that God sees you, and then also materialistically and or financially or corporately, you have to see yourself at a greater level. So if you're a dreamer and if you're a visionary, it's quite difficult for you to have no expectation. It's quite difficult for you to find yourself in a permanent slump, because a visionary and a dreamer says, I'm only going to be here so long because my creativity is going to fight against my condition. My creativity and my expectation and what I'm hearing and seeing from God is going to be in opposition, with my present condition. And I want you to understand that visions and dreams, though it's a spiritual component of man's makeup, it does not have to be spooky. I think it's something that can be interpreted. I think it's something that through fasting and praying can be understood. I think it's something that, though it operates in a supernatural realm, it can be brought to and manifested in our natural day-to-day existence. I just want to give you the definition of a vision. The definition of a vision, listen to this, is foresight with insight. Foresight with insight. And just in case you haven't done it already, please share, tag, like, and invite. This is for the visionaries and the dreamers tonight. Foresight with insight. Vision definition. A definition of vision can be beginning a thing with the end in mind, or sight with substance. So foresight with insight. That's the first definition. Second definition is beginning a thing with the end in mind. The next definition is sight with substance. All right. All of these definitions embodies an expectation that has a positive end, meaning I see something that makes me want to live through something. Oh, that's good. I need y'all to sit on that for a second. I see something, vision or foresight with insight, that makes me want to live through something. In other words, I understand God is showing me why I'm in this. God is showing me why I have to go through this. And it also shows me that there is a greater end than can ever be beginning or middle. This is going to get better. This is turning around for my good. And then sight with substance. I'm seeing beyond the surface. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I can't quit because I'm seeing beyond the surface. Now let's look at dream. Dream is a series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. Now that's in the subconscious realm. It is a series of thoughts. Listen to this. Images and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. So when I'm asleep, most of the time when I'm dreaming something, it's something that I've captured while I was awake, right? Something that I've been eating and feeding on through my eye gate and ear gate, or conversation, ear gate. I've been feasting on these conversations, been hearing and seeing. So subsequently, they lie in my memory bank. So when I go to sleep, there is a subconscious replay of things that I consumed day to day. It could be through movies as well. But then also, it can also be an opportunity for God to converse with you subconsciously without interruption. Most of us, believe it or not, I know we may want to debate it, are most attentive when we cannot interrupt. So when we wake up with these thoughts, we're now sitting trying to figure out, what did it mean? Where did it come from? Who did it come from? Man, this is already good to me. If this is good to you already, and you're already on the edge of your seat with expectation because you've been dreaming, you've been believing that business has been bubbling, that future career, yeah, oh man. So God says, I want to speak to those who will listen to what I say and to what I show. All right, let's go to this next part of dream, because it's a cherished aspiration. The second definition, ambition or ideal. That's when you're up, right? So it's a cherished aspiration, ambition or ideal. So you can dream subconsciously and you can dream consciously. You can have aspirations, you can have ambitions or ideals. Those are things that are dreams that I'm walking around with. Okay, let's dig into this. All right, so Proverbs 29 and 18. And don't get confused, because I'm going to be going back and forth from dream to vision. But I want to just deal with Proverbs 29 and 18, and we're going to plug in vision right here. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So vision is the opportunity, or the lifeline, or the respirator for an otherwise dead life. Why else am I energized and do I desire to keep living if I don't have vision? Vision is life's reason. I want you to write that down. Vision is life's reason. Vision makes me hold on to a business that's struggling because I see where it's going. Vision makes me not give up on the marriage over one argument because I see where it's going. Vision makes me not give up on that girl because she got pregnant out of wedlock, or that boy because he went to jail, because I see something in his or her future. Vision, pastor, makes you not give up because you only have 4 or 5 members, because you see where it's going. Vision always put you over your head. In other words, it may be over my understanding in the natural, but it will never outpace my faith. I believe what God showed me. I don't understand how it will come to pass right now. I'm going to pitch this rock at this giant. It's between God and the rock that's going to determine this giant dying. Does that make sense? Now, just so that I can balance this thing out, let's look at the dream portion. If you look at Genesis 37, verse 1 through 11, for the sake of time, y'all know I don't like being too long with my Mondays with Maze. The Bible says Jacob dwelt in the land where his father was a stranger. Genesis 37 and 1, in the land of Canaan. This is the story, a history of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brothers. And the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah. The Bible says, and I want you to hear this, his father's wives. And Joseph brought a bad report of them to his father. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. Also, he made him a tunic of many colors. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all the brothers, they hated him and could not speak peaceably. Some people think they hated him because he was a rat. That wasn't the case. I need you to catch this. Now, Joseph had a dream, right? And he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even the more. Now, many of you know the dream. You keep on reading for the sake of time. So when he gives the dream pretty much interprets, and it's saying that he's going to, at one point or another, lord over them or be over them. All right. You can read it, and I want you to really understand it, because as he explains the dream to the individuals, they get upset, they get frustrated, they get jealous. How dare you dream a dream that shows you being better than us, or that shows us serving you? Now, you cannot control what God shows you or what God tells you about you, but you can control whether you receive it or not. And I think a lot of us are so thrown out of whack by individuals who can't handle what God is showing us about us, that we begin to walk away from the person God created us to be, and we become someone else. Now, I need you to hear this, because that's why we have to be careful who we tell our dreams to. I need all of my dreamers. Y'all come here for a second. You should be dreaming to the capacity of your faith, right? God will not speak to you beyond what you, or beyond what he thinks you can handle. Now, don't come to me telling me, well, I don't know if I can. No. God will not tell you anything about yourself that he does not believe you are not ready to hear. Now, even though Jonah ran away, I believe he was ready to hear it. Why? Because you running away from it does not mean you're not ready for it. I know that may seem oxymoronic. Well, why would he run away? Or why would she run away if she was ready? No. Your readiness is determined by God, not by you. Because see, there is a spiritual readiness that your natural is not ready for. God knows that spiritually, I have equipped you and given you everything you need to fulfill what you've been dreaming. But if you allow your natural mind and the enemies of God to convince you, I'm not saying this, or you're not ready, or you're not where you're supposed to be, listen to me, you're going to stifle what I'm showing you. So don't just keep dreaming. You got to do what... Dreamers, where are my dreamers? Give me a one if you're a dreamer. Give me a one if you're a dreamer. I'm going to tag team. You know how to tag team wrestling? I'm going to tag team vision and dream. I'm coming back to vision in a minute. But I want all of my dreamers to give me a one. Listen, I got aspirations. I'm sorry. I just can't hang with, sisters, I just can't hang with messy women. I'm sorry. I just can't be walking around being the same old man. I'm sorry. I just can't be uneducated. I'm sorry. I just can't be broke. I'm sorry. I just can't be sick. I understand. I'm coming to, no, eventually. I got to live out this dream. I got to live out this dream. Now, let me get Vision back in the ring. Let me tag Vision. All right. So Vision, here you come. So I want you to write this down. Vision is the response to humanity's need. Vision is the response to humanity's needs. Exodus 3:7. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up from that land to a good and large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now, therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Vision leads you, listen to me, in a direction. And the direction that vision leads you has people in mind. If God is giving you a vision that people is not a part of, then it ain't a vision. God will always give a vision, and he will guide that vision in a direction that will help people. There was a need, so God gave a vision. Remember, I told you earlier, where there's no vision, people perish. Why? Because people need vision. That's why I believe society is so jacked up right now. That's why I believe culture is so jacked up, because no one is talking visionarily. Is that a word? Y'all know I like to create words. Visionarily. Everybody's talking about, but nobody is saying, I see something different. I see something better. I see something growing, because it's needed. God raised up someone who can see the need of humanity. And God, write this down, will only give vision to those who he can trust. I'm sorry, I won't put the points down on the screen. Can't do that because I'm moving too fast. God will only give vision to people he can trust. I need you to catch this. He will only give vision to people he can trust. Judges 6:11. Now the angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth tree, which was in Ophrah, which belonged to Joash the Mizrite, while his son Gideon threshed wheat in the winepress in order to hide it from the Midianites. The angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, the Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor. Gideon said to him, O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his miracles, which our father told us about, saying, did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? Look at this. But now the Lord has forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord turned to him and said, go in this might of yours, and you shall have saved Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent you? God just said, go in this might of yours. What is that might? The might that God has entrusted him with. And I want you to hear this. God will always give you enough to start and equip you with what you need as you go. He'll give you what you need to start and equip you as you go, right? David killed Goliath with a rock, then took the sword from Goliath and cut his head off. Gideon went out on the word. Then he found himself with 300 men. I need you to really hear this. Visionaries, don't be afraid because you don't have the clientele right now or the capital. Pastor, don't be afraid because you don't have members or a building. Don't be afraid mama, because you have more desire than it seems like your child has. Don't be afraid because you want the house, but you don't have the credit. Don't be afraid because God told you something for a people that won't listen to you. Don't be afraid. God says, I trust you, so you trust me. Let's tag team dreamers. All my dreamers. Okay, let's tag team it. First thing you got to understand as dreamers, you got to endure persecution. Like Joseph did. Got to endure persecution. Folk don't like you dreaming outside of the barrel. Crabs can't stand you getting out of the barrel. Single, miserable people can't stand you believing God for a spouse. Broke people, notice, can't stand talking about prosperity. I want all of you to know, listen, everyone that I've noticed that dreamed beyond their situations, both stars and regular people. And I don't mean that stars are better, but I'm talking about well-known folk, right? They've been persecuted for dreaming beyond the norm. I will be dead and gone. I don't get paying so much money to fly to space. But I believe if the Lord never comes, well, not never, but if the Lord tarries his coming, it'll be worth it. I don't understand it right now. Maybe it's not for me to understand because I'm going to be dead and gone by time, whatever. But I'm not going to hate on it. I'm not going to say Jeff Bezos and all those folk going to hell because they're going up there. I don't know. God created the whole world, right? He didn't just stop living on the earth as if God only created the earth. God would not create the whole world and then deem a man for hell for going to space. I don't know what's going to come of it. I didn't have the vision for it. Somebody else did, right? I believe that we have to stop demonizing people for dreaming beyond our talent capacity, for dreaming beyond our faith. I don't have the talent or skill to do anything about space or know it, but I'm not going to hate on that individual who has the gift to do it. And I think that has been the issue because our dreams are limited to what God purposed for us to do. We begin to get mad because we don't understand what somebody else is dreaming. It ain't your business. Okay. Still got dream in the ring, right? All right. Let's understand this. The next thing we got to realize is we got to be patient with our dreams. You know, the Bible says in Philippians 4:6, be anxious for nothing. It's going to happen. Patience served, write this down, as a processor and a developer. Patience served as a let patience, the Bible says, have its perfect work, that you might be complete, mature, lacking nothing. Patience served as a developer and a processor. Watch this. Polaroid cameras, Polaroid shots are much better than regular shots. I've explained that before. Or shots that you develop in dark rooms, I meant, right? Because the pictures are embedded in the paper. Those little fancy pictures are not. It takes time. You can't demand manifestation on every dream immediately. You have to let the dream work itself out. You play your part, it's going to come to pass. I know you want to be a millionaire, but you got to let it come to pass. I know you want to be a good wife, a good husband, but you cannot rush. Sometimes it'll go faster than others. But whatever the process is, you got to be patient. Yo, I got to quit. I'm out of time. I'm out of time. Oh man, I want to keep going so bad, but I got to give it out now. I got to quit. So we're going to do part 2 or not. I don't know, maybe next week, but I want everybody to really hear this because if it is the will of God, and I know it is, I want you to keep dreaming, keep seeing what God is showing you, and don't lose your crazy faith concerning it. It will come to pass. Can you type that down? It will come to pass. I don't mean to just leave you hanging right here, but I got to end it. I got to end it. I love you all. I appreciate you. Listen, I need you all to sow right into my ministry. Go to mayswarrenjr.org, or our Cash App is up there, MW Ministries. I need you to sow into our ministry. We want to keep doing what God has called us to do. I'm working on another book. I'm excited about it. Just so much that God is getting ready to do. I want you to remain faithful to what God is doing, not just in your life, but in the life of our personal ministry. I love all of you. I love all of you. And I committed to coming on every Monday. It's a task with my schedule. It's a task. I'm on with the Bible study with our church, my personal ministry, Sunday. Then we're getting ready to go back live in November. It's just a lot. But I want to remain faithful to this. My mentoring group Wednesday nights. But I believe that God's going to do something. And if you are looking for great mentorship, I want you to sign up for Life Circle. Go to our website for that. It's a lot that we have going on. But we got it going on. Listen, I love you all. Have a great night on God. I pray you were blessed. I know I couldn't give you as much as I wanted to, but I got more words than I got time. But I pray you were blessed and that you learned something tonight. Keep dreaming, because God has something for the dreamers and those who are visionaries. God bless you. Good night.